Welcome to the CBSN Minnesota Morning Update First Alert Storm Watch Weather Team WCCO Weather Center. Yeah, it's raining out there. We got some snow in some parts of Minnesota. Am I overly excited about it? Maybe. I don't know. The first one's fun, right? Like, it's fun to have the first snow of the year. And if you're in Bemidji, you're enjoying it. Around here, I don't know. It's just raining. It's been raining since 5 o'clock yesterday. Kind of a nice fall time rainstorm. Actually, Riley is sticking around with us. Riley, I think we needed this rain, right?
Yeah, some areas in the metro got over an inch, almost about an inch and inch and a half.
Yeah, that's
areas.
a lot, right?
Yeah, pretty good amounts. I mean, that's going to help out, but you can see on radar, it's been mainly snow to the north. We have some colder air, but the Twin Cities, we're kind of on that back edge right now. So if you're getting out early, still going to be soggy, but the rain will come to an end for us. It will progress toward the east. So parts of Wisconsin, if you're watching there, are still pretty wet with the rain coming down. But looking to our north, you can see where some of the snow has been falling. Bemidji, for example, you mentioned getting around Deer Lake to McGregor, Malmo, even Hibbing. Cool enough to see some of that wintry mix and snow up in that area too. So this is just kind of the beginning. Now we're going to see some dry time during the midday and the early afternoon. It'll be windy though, gusts up to about 30 to 40. So going to be a brisk day. And then as we get into this evening, most likely about 7 to 8 o'clock, we'll start to see more moisture coming in the form of a wintry mix. So more light snow is going to be expected for us in the Twin Cities, but the wind is going to be kind of the main weather headline and cool weather through the afternoon as we get some dry time out there. You can see our temperatures currently waking up 30s to the north, and that's why we're seeing some of the snow there versus the 40s down in the south and east. A couple things to keep a reminder of. We do have a winter weather advisory and winter storm watch in effect for the central western areas of the state. That begins this evening. Between 6 and 9 will go through tomorrow, and that's where we're expecting some accumulating snowfall in addition to some higher wind gusts, and that's going to reduce those visibility. So if you live in that area, just be aware of that. So this is kind of look at the snowfall totals, what we could see. Now, the first system...
Hey, what's that zero? What's that zero?
Yeah.
Come on.
We got to factor in those warm grounds. And I can't say we might get some grassy areas or some cool roadways. Might get a glaze or a coating through tomorrow morning. It kind of just depends on also if we transition to an all snow versus that rain mixed in too. So you got to consider that.
Cool.
Where it's going to stay all snow is going to be mainly to the north and west. So this takes you through tomorrow evening. What we could see then, we have a clipper system that comes through Saturday. That's going to bring potentially additional snowfall. So we may end up with an inch or so,
business.
Depending on,
That's good.
But, it'd be nice. I don't think it's going to last too long. But, temperatures are going to stay warm.
That's fine.
In the afternoons.
I don't have to get my snowblower.
You just got to make sure you need to get the leaves up because snow and leaves kind of make it a mess.
I was mulching last night.
Yeah.
My neighbor came over and was like, how many times are you going to mow that lawn?
Good idea. You're smarter than me. I didn't get to it. So it's going to be fun.
All right.
Fun to clean up.
Wet leaves today. Nothing like raking.
Can't wait.
Boof.
Yeah, but you can see snow totals could possibly over 6 inches to our north. For sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Good stuff. And this is a helpful map for our reporters to figure out where some of them are probably going to be sent over the next couple days.
True.
Enjoy, everybody. I did my time, Riley. I did my time. So now it's their turn. Okay, let's talk about this. This is something I am terrible about. Getting email after work, and I'm obsessed with reading it, responding to it. I pretty much feel like I work 24 hours because I love my job, but it's also tough to kind of draw that line. And in Portugal, they have passed a law that makes it illegal for employers to contact workers outside of office hours. The law says, quote, the employer must respect the privacy of the worker, its working hours, and time of rest. Employers could be fined for contacting employees outside of work hours. So we ask you this, how do you handle work emails outside of office hours? I'm sort of surprised there's never been a Supreme Court case challenging the fact that employees are working by reading and responding to emails, not really getting paid for it. Kind of interesting, I think. So what do you think of this approach? Do you read and respond to email, or do you try to build a wall when you're not working? Look forward to hearing what you have to say in the Facebook comments on WCCO TV. It is Veterans Day. We are so grateful to the brave women and men who put it on the line, stepped up and said, I will serve my country. And to all of the men and women who maybe it wasn't their choice and you were drafted and you went and did what needed to be done. It is Veterans Day today in Minnesota. The program, again, is virtual because of the pandemic. So this will go online at 8 this morning. So you'll be able to stream it at your leisure at minnesotaveteran.org. Later today, Governor Tim Walz will talk about the importance of access to mental health care. Boy, we've, I think, had a much greater awareness of the importance of mental health for everyone, but certainly for veterans. Health leaders urging Minnesotans to realize that the pandemic is surging. It's still happening. They're calling it alarming, the surge in COVID-19 cases, and we've been hearing anecdotally that so many people have been going to get tests again because they are getting sick. CDC says we have the 6th worst new infection rate in the country. Experts say the Delta variant is a big part of this, but they're also seeing some waning vaccine immunity on people who got the vaccine at the earliest time. And again, the fact that people are vaccinated, fewer safety measures like wearing masks. Hard to know what to make of this Dalvin Cook situation. It's sad and angering and upsetting all the way around. Minnesota Viking player Dalvin Cook and a former girlfriend accusing him of assault and the legal term of false imprisonment. Army Sergeant Gracelyn Trimble filed this lawsuit. And the lawsuit is tough to read and tough to look at. It includes graphic photos of just her bloodied face. She says Cook assaulted her, claims Cook held her at gunpoint, threatened to kill her. Cook has said she broke into my house, sprayed me with mace, and held me and 2 others at gunpoint. So Dalvin Cook says Trimble is trying to extort millions of dollars from him. Of course, he has a platform. She doesn't. Other than this lawsuit, but he spoke with reporters before the practice yesterday.
I just want everybody to know, I'm the victim in the situation, and, the truth and the details about the situation will come out at a further time. I would love to go in detail about the situation, but, I don't think that'll be, a good idea for me to say and talk about a situation that's being handled on a different side.
So along with those graphic photos of her injuries from the aftermath, the lawsuit also contains a picture of a text message exchange that Trimble claims was with Dalvin Cook. And in it, he apologizes and says he understands if she goes to police and he will accept any punishment he's given. Now, nobody ever went to the police. It's from November 2020. Cook did practice with the team yesterday, so we'll follow this. As we head into the holidays, the worst inflation in 30 years is taking a bite out of your wallet at the grocery store. Here, the latest on the increase in your grocery bill, 5.4% up in the last year. Some of the areas we're seeing this the most, you may have noticed this too. Chicken breasts up 30 cents per pound. Ground beef, 71 cents a pound. Boy, I've noticed this. I actually didn't buy bacon the other day. Even though I wanted bacon, but it's up $1.60. Yeah, so like a pound of bacon right now is sometimes $9 or $10. As you plan out your Thanksgiving shopping list, you know how this goes, right? In Thanksgiving, they put everything on sale. Turkey will be sold below cost. So, it probably isn't going to hugely affect the Thanksgiving dinner. Processed foods haven't gone up as much as things like the fresh produce and the meat. Cub Foods told us, yeah, some of the things are up, but they're saying, look, we got plenty of the staples. We'll be fine. Although, if you don't buy early enough, some of the specific items, if you have a brand or a size you're looking for, that may be sold out.
And you'll be able to find that more in the 18 to 20 pound turkeys. It's just those smaller 10 to 12 pound turkeys this year where supply is a little tighter.
We talked with U of M professor George John, and he said, all of these sales and promotions happen closer to Thanksgiving. So we're getting close to that 2 weeks from today. He says, you're still going to see those turkey prices kind of crazy, that 89, 99 cents a pound. They'll be losing money on it. But he said he does think that we sort of need to get used to these inflated grocery bills. He thinks they're here to stay, perhaps for another year. If you don't want to shop for Thanksgiving dinner, you don't want to cook it, I've posted a list of restaurants, and I look very stern in this screen grab they put of me. Does that say Thanksgiving? No, it says DeRusha is mad. real mad, and you better order your takeout Thanksgiving. But I have a whole list for you of dinners and pies at WCCO.com. People live in Minneapolis. You know, you were looking up at the trees, and there still have been leaves on there, even as late as last night. But the city says, too bad. Yard waste time is almost over, so you better get it done. And you have until, what is it, next Friday, I think, and that's it. So don't rake it into the street, because the leaves get washed down into the storm sewers and goes into the lakes or the creeks or the rivers. So put them in those bags, and the city comes and picks it up. St. Paul, some of you pay extra for yard waste pickup, and you have until November 30th. Your bedtime may lower your risk of heart disease. Health Watch for you. New research found the sweet spot for bedtime is between 10 and 11 p.m. I recommend 10:35, right when WCCO 4 News at 10 is over.
What about Colbert?
I don't care about Colbert. That's CBS's problem. Falling asleep sooner or later increased your risk as much as 25%. Scientists think missing that ideal window may disrupt our body clocks. They don't yet know why women seem at greater risk than men for heart disease when it's related to bedtime, but something for further research. Okay, we're talking about email out of office hours. Are you getting it? Are you answering it? Does it drive you nuts? Should you get paid for it? Do you like the new law that says, nope, not allowed? Joanne, my boss always sends me an email reminding me not to respond to emails on weekends or at night when I've done so in the past. Feels my free time should be spent not thinking about work. Best boss ever. Joanne, that's so cool. Awesome, thank you. Here's Pam. I usually read my emails every day, but don't always respond right away. That's good. Thanks, Pam. It's a good idea. Todd signs out of his computer at the end of the workday and don't log back on again until morning. And do not get work emails on the phone. Problem solved. I've thought about that, Todd. I wish there were a way you could like set a timer and say, turn off my email. I don't want to get it. You're like, if it's an emergency, they can text me. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Todd. Rachel says, good. Like that law. I know one of my last employers got sued because they forced employees to do that off the clock. I know it still happens when your salary, they can say you have to. But yeah, people need the right balance of work and life. Thanks, Rachel. Appreciate that thought. And Bradley builds a wall. Don't respond to emails during off-work hours. Doesn't mean I don't check and see how they're piling up. Yeah, sometimes that's the solution, right? You sort of read it and are like, all right, I'm going to respond to this tomorrow. Of course, then if you're like me, you forget to respond to it tomorrow. So, yeah, it's a tough one. I imagine there will be more legal challenges for this sort of thing. But interesting that the government of one country passing a law. Good stuff. Thanks for hanging out with us today on the Morning Update from CBSN Minnesota. All day updates when it comes to the rain or the snow potential, the mix, all of that stuff. We got you covered here on CBSN Minnesota, and we'll have you covered tomorrow morning at the same time, too. Have a great day.